What Saucony considers a 2010 classic is back, and I gotta say, trends aside, these are f***ing comfortable, man. Like, this is awesome. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on these bad boys right here. This is the Saucony ProGrid Omni 9. This shoe feels mad comfortable. I'm excited to just walk around and wear them casually. I wish that I got a better colorway though. These ones are, I don't like these. But they have some really cool ones available, just saying. I will say that it is going to be easy to point out the different layering, so I like that. Now, as for the outsole, this is a nice outsole. It's got enough rubber to be durable and to have constant coverage, but it's not too much rubber to where the shoes feel clunky and heavy. It's like a nice balance or blend. I really like it. You could tell that there's lots of flex grooves in there. All the breaks that you could see in between it, by the way, where you can see that like kind of teal foam poking through, those are all massive flex grooves. Not only are they gonna make the shoe more comfortable just in motion, but it'll also make the shoe more comfortable underfoot as well, because it's kind of like giving you a little bit of a bounce back or more feedback, having those rubber breaks in there. Basically by allowing the foam to compress and move around a little bit more than if it would be with a full-on rubber slab down there. Now they still have the performance feature, which would be that TPU cage and everything. So if you like that, or I wouldn't say TPU cage, but like a TPU arch plate. So if you like that kind of stuff, it's there. If you don't like it, it's not going to bother you. It's not like in your foot or anything like that. It's just there to do its job, and it's not cumbersome. The foam itself is really interesting in terms of the midsole and the cushioning. The shoe overall feels very lightweight, but they also feel very nice underfoot. It feels like it's a dual density setup. So the main body of the midsole is this teal color, and it's what they call their ProGrid cushioning system. So this is going to be a full-on footbed, well, maybe a little bit better depicted here on the medial side, but the entire footbed is kind of going to look like the etching or carving of the midsole itself, where inside the shoe, and we talk about this often, especially in basketball, where when you have tooling, a lot of times they'll like kind of core things out and let the foam move and compress and all of that kind of stuff, and then it will kind of like return back into shape. That's essentially what's going on in here, but in grid form. Hopefully we'll be able to find a good picture to show you like something similar. And that's essentially doing the same thing that all those little cored out holes in a basketball product would be doing, which is allowing for a lot of compression, so underfoot cushion, allowing the midsole to be flexible on top of that and reducing weight at the same time. And then they've got that coupled with a different type of foam, which they've labeled as SRC. So that's going to be this like salmon color in the heel. And then we've got another panel of it right here in the forefoot, which is black. And those essentially are kind of like if I was to, you know, compare it to another brand like Adidas, where they've got their pads of Adiprene and Adiprene Plus, or even like Anta and things like that, or basically all brands. They all have like something similar. If you're like an old school Curry brand purchaser, they have the little charged pucks. And that is going to be kind of like situated very similarly to this as well, where these extra white pieces that you see are different foams, so different compounds than the rest of the build. And that's what this little section is right here in the heel, as well as the forefoot. They also do feel different from each other despite them being the same exact foam. So the forefoot one feels a little softer for stepping comfort and forefoot comfort, essentially impact protection, whereas the back one right here feels like it's a little bit firmer for like, you know, pronators and things like that. So stability. The upper on this particular version is built more like the traditional version of the shoe. So it's built like a runner. It's got very large open-celled mesh as the main body. Not only is this comfortable, but it's very flexible. It's really forgiving on top of that, and it's well ventilated. The overlays aren't very premium or anything. We've got just a lot of synthetics. We've got some paneling that are plastic, like the cage that's around the midfoot. Nothing really fancy or anything like that, but very much on trend with what is currently available and currently really popular. So if you're going to look at like New Balance's 1906 and like that series, and that does very similar things to this, where all of the different 1906 models have a different letter at the end of it, and each one means something different. So some are made with premium materials, some are made all like rugged, and then some are made like traditional runners like this with, you know, basic materials like mesh and things like that. So it really doesn't matter which version you're into, whether you like the premium stuff or you like the more casual, like kind of like lifestyle runner stuff. There's something out there for everyone. Also, I almost forgot, this is the insole. It's nothing fancy. I wouldn't really consider this a piece of shit, but like it's also like not great. You know what I mean? It just kind of like gets the job done. It's fully removable though. It's not glued in, so you can take this out, put in anything else that you want. If you wanted something that was a lot more comfortable, you can go with something like a Move baseline insole. And then if you wanted something with a flexible carbon fiber spring plate in there, along with Pebax foam, you could check out Aris's insole, which is awesome. That insole brand is underrated, by the way, but if you wanted more information on them, you could check out our specific video that talks all about it. Now, in terms of sizing, they do fit true to size. Whatever you typically wear, that is what I would recommend. I would also recommend just going over to Saucony's website if you were interested in something like this. Like, you can find these at a lot of different retailers, but Saucony has the most variety, and not just with colorways, but also with the materials and stuff, like the versions of them. And there are some really killer colorways, by the way. So if you don't like this one, go check out some of the more like toned down, but still like has nice color pops. I really like the shoe. But yeah, true to size is what I would recommend for most. If possible, try them on in store for you wide footers. But outside of that, true to size should be good. With all that being said, what is today's viewer submitted question of the day? Unless you are hijacking it once again. No?
No. This is a bit of a behind the curtain or behind the magic, behind the camera.
Behind the scenes, BTS.
Yeah, but last time I said BTS, they were like...
Did they think that you were talking about like a band?
Yeah.
The K-pop and stuff?
Yeah.
Is that their name? They're BTS?
Yeah. The ones who do that Butter song.
Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyways, in the past we've talked about how important it is to channels like ourselves where if an ad roll pops up, you should sit and watch it, unless it's like 30 minutes long.
I wouldn't say you should.
You should if you want to help the channel out.
If you wanted to help the channel out, then watch it. But I don't like when people say you should.
Well, it is a
That's like
you
authoritative.
should.
In my opinion, it's more of a if you could.
So they want to know, does YouTube give stats on what happens for YouTube premium viewers? Do you lose ad revenue just because someone paid for no ads?
Just off top, YouTube takes 40% of whatever we make. And then they're doing that across the entire platform for all channels. And so our YouTube premium revenue might be like $20 a month. And I might be like overestimating.
No, you're underestimating.
Then what is it?
It's about $200 something. It's about a pair of like a good pair of Jordans.
Oh, well then that's a lot more than it used to be. Because
Yeah.
the last time I checked, we were getting like 20 bucks.
No, it has its own little bracket, but it's
No, I know.
nothing compared to what the people who actually sit there through ads
Yeah.
brings in.
But I am a YouTube premium member.
I know.
But it's so that I could go to sleep. You know what I mean?
I am
So-
not a YouTube premium member, and I like it because it's a way for me to see where the ads are hitting in our videos when I review it once they go live.
Right, but like for me, like I use YouTube as like when I'm going to bed.
No, I know.
And like I'll put on sounds or whatever, or I'll just watch a video that I know is going to like make me go to sleep. When I didn't have YouTube Premium, I would get startled. You don't control the volume of the ads and stuff, and so I'd get like crazy ass loud ads and I'd be like, what the fuck is happening? But yeah, apparently we have more YouTube Premium subscribers / viewers than we did the last time I checked. But even then, like I said, whatever that $200 is for our channel, that's really like nothing compared to like what YouTube's getting. And then even then, like we only get a percentage of that anyway, so it's not the same ad share rate as what we would with regular CPMs, which are cost per million per ad.
Which is why we went to a barbecue and we were having to explain like what we do because there was people there who we didn't know, so that's like a conversation piece. My biggest thing was hey, like everybody watches YouTube. So if you have a favorite YouTuber, sit there and watch the ads as long as the ad isn't longer than your video, because sometimes they'll slap a 30-minute, and that's not an ad.
I know.
But do that. Hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, share it, like if you know somebody who might be interested in it. Like those are all free things on the viewer side that takes almost no time.
Right. Like I don't think that people understand the amount of work that goes into one video.
Yeah.
And that's going all the way down to the most basic of videos. So when you get into things like reviews, especially if you're actually putting products to the test, you're actually playing basketball or whatever you're doing in them, we're talking about not just hours upon hours of work and play and footage and editing and talking and recounting experiences, but then like my body, like I can't even walk right now, you know what I mean? I will say that's my fault because someone
got a Charlie horse and kept playing.
I was getting buckets, bro. I was getting buckets. So like that's the thing though, is that like people just don't see everything that goes into stuff, you know? And that could go for any job. But for YouTube specifically, people think and expect just free content. Hey, review this. Why aren't you reviewing this? You should review this. They just want to come here, they want to use the content for whatever they want to use the content for, and then they leave, you know? And you have to be like, okay, sucks for me, but like, okay, there's nothing I can do about it. I just can hope that whoever is watching us is good-hearted enough to know that like somebody put in a ton of work to do this so that you didn't have to pay for it. That way you can know what this is all about, or whatever other products we review is all about before you buy. And that's all it is. If it's useful, that's awesome. Hopefully you can support us. If not, cool, keep it moving. But either way, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you think about the Saucony ProGrid Omni 9. Do you like the model? Do you own a couple of pairs? If you do, let us know your thoughts down below in the comment section. How do you think that they fit? Especially if you're a wide footer, that's always like some of the best comments that we get, is if there are wide footers in the building. Make sure that you let other wide footers that are watching know that might be interested in something like this. But thank you guys so much for everything. We greatly appreciate it. We'll catch you all in the next one. So until then, you guys have a good one.